Hey there, everybody. Darren Kroger, Executive Director of Masters of Disaster, just here to give you guys a quick update on what's going on with the tornadoes and potential response in the Central Plains. Hey, we are not going to respond, and I'll tell you why. Joey Stoltzfus with Hope Force International and Brian Wagner, also with Hope Force, have been doing assessments in the areas around Omaha, Nebraska, Minden, Iowa, and also in Sulphur, Oklahoma. Both of the sites in Omaha and Minden, those two states of Nebraska and Iowa, seem to have a ton of response already, local response. And actually, Joey was asked, Hope Force was asked not to deploy to Iowa, to Minden, because they wanted just local responders. So, hey, you do what you do. You stay fluid and flexible, and you respond when you're needed and where you're needed. So Omaha looked like quite a few of the neighborhoods were very affluent, $500,000 homes and above. So have a hard time using donor dollars to help people who are certainly going to be covered by insurance and have resources to recover. So anyway, that's why Iowa and Nebraska are off the table at the moment. So Sulphur, Oklahoma did get hit really hard. They had 4 fatalities, one of them being a 4-year-old, which is tragic, heartbreaking. And I ask all you guys to continue to pray for them. Keep them in your prayers. Hopefully they will be able to weather the storm, pardon my pun, and work their way through this. Hey, the other thing is that Brian Wagner and a group from Hope Force are going to do a short-term deployment in Sulphur to do roof tarping, debris cleanup, and potentially just trying to save contents out of people's homes. They're going to do that this Wednesday through next Wednesday. So a short deployment, 1 week. And I will tell you, if you have gotten communications from Hope Force, you've taken their training, you want to join in with them, you totally have my support. We will just not be running an MOD specific deployment alongside them. It's 14 hours away, and typically we don't get a ton of volunteers when we have to travel that far. Hope Force is also still working on their housing situation, and they don't know exactly how many people they're going to be able to house at one time. So we don't want to put undue stress and pressure on them. They have a ton of connections in Oklahoma. Brian Wagner, who's one of their staff members, Brian lives in Oklahoma, and so he has been able to, over the last few years, develop some really good working relationships with local churches around Oklahoma City. So they're going to lean into those relationships, those connections, and do the work in Sulphur. Hey, so that's what's going on. I just wanted to give you guys a peek behind the scenes. We're going to, in our next training, one of the things we think we missed that we're going to add in is what goes into a deployment. What goes into making those decisions? What factors come into play? When do we start looking at that? Whether it's a weather event, whether it's tornado, hurricane, earthquake, whatever. From the moment that we know that something might happen, what do we do as MOD leadership behind the scenes before we light the bat signal and say, hey, come volunteer with us? So anyway, that's deployment details. Hey, I'm going to push you to something else. We're still doing work here locally. So we just finished our April 2nd Saturday Simple Serve. It took us 2 weekends to do it because we were dealing with floodwaters out in New Richmond, but we got that accomplished this past weekend. Guys did a great job. The team stayed focused and redeployed after being waved off for a rain date, literally for a rain date. And we've got another one coming up in May. So target that second Saturday in May from 9 to 1. We're going to have another project, and signups will be coming out shortly. So watch your email, watch social media for that. We'll get that stuff posted for you guys so you can join in with us here locally in the tri-state. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. Darren at mod-usa.org. If you need anything else, drop a comment below. Otherwise, we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.